Hello everyone, I'm Awinnerwasyou from RadioSEGA and welcome to part 1 of my look inside the Sega magazines that meant the most to me in my childhood. This will accompany the main Memories of SEGA article where I talk about the magazines themselves. The aim of these videos will be to show you what an issue of each magazine I cover look like and what you could expect from each issue. In this part we'll be taking a look at issue 5 of Sega Pro, which was the first Sega magazine I collected as a child. So here it is. As we can see, the cover game is Ernest Evans, which is a follow-up to a Mega Drive game called El Viento. A very good game, though rather hard, but great fun. And there's also Buck Rogers on the Mega Drive, an RPG, which Buck Rogers only appears in very briefly, but still a pretty good game as well. We'll take a good look at that. So we start with advert for a game club shop thing. The contents page shows all the reviews and features. And here we have the news. This page, a few games mentioned here, like Gods, Chess Master on the Game Gear. There's a bit there on Art and Live. There's an art package thing for the Mega Drive. The charts there. I think previous competition winners. There are pro dates, those are release dates of the upcoming games. And here's the Japanese news, games coming out from Japan, including Troubleshooter. I think it was Battlemania on there, over there. And a piece there on Alicia Dragoon. And Two Crude Dudes. That's a bit of a nostalgia there for you. A preview for the Terminator on the Mega Drive. And we have a little bit more mini previews. There we seem to have Exile on the Mega Drive, another one for Two Crude Dudes, as well as Devilish, which is a sort of Arkanoid type game. Great soundtrack. Mega Drive port of Super Off-Road as well. Now this was a little library thing of their all the sort of Mega Drive and Master System games out there, all rated and reviewed. Just seeing Psycho Fox, Pro Wrestling as well, Power Strike. Okay, and a preview for Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. There are a couple of those on the Mega Drive. Kind of edutainment games, sort of educational games. This one you could learn about history. Sega Guide to add-ons, including the Master Gear converter and the Game Gear's TV tuner. Oh, there's the Pro Action Replay. Of course, the cheat cartridge. Bit of a and of course the light phaser, which is the light gun for the Master System, and the power-based converter for the Mega Drive, which let you play Master System games, which is rather good. Here we have the Pro Reviews Index. So these are the games that they've covered in this particular new issue. And we started off with Awinnerwasyou, which, from the looks of things, is a bubble bobble style puzzle platform game. Really not seen anything of that. More from the games directory as well. Rainbow 3 and Rainbow Island as well. So it's Alien Storm on the Master System. On the Mega Drive, one of my favourite games. The Master System version, not so much. Gets 80%, which I think is a wee bit generous, but then I haven't really played the game in ages. Running Battle on the Master System, sort of scrolling beat 'em up game. Not a very good one. 66%, and I kind of agree, it's not very good. Squeak, or Slider, as it was known as in certainly in Europe. That's another puzzle game. Good on there. Yeah, if we could just take a closer look at the review here, we see that the reviews are all split into 4 separate categories. We got one for graphics, got one for sound, as well as gameplay and challenge, which is basically the last ability, the sort of length and difficulty of the game, as well as replay value, and the main score there. Let's see what else. Rings of Power. This is a Mega Drive, an RPG on the Mega Drive, made by Naughty Dog of all people. Oh boy, how far they came since this game, eh? 79%. Not a bad little game. I enjoyed that one. Shadow Dancer on the Master System. Unlike the Mega Drive version, which was a completely separate game, its own game, this is actually based more on the original arcade game. It's a bit rubbish. Yeah, 69% there as well. Letters page, actually a page thing missing because I think there was a poster there. And fan art as well. Laser Ghost on the Master System. This is one I've not played. This is a light gun game. You're protecting a girl. I remember this actually. There was an arcade game called Laser Ghost, also by Sega, but I don't think it has anything to do with this particular game. And I have no idea what the score is there. I think there's a bit of a typo over there, so we don't know what the score to that one is. Tecmo World Cup Soccer 92, that's a football game. And there's Buck Rogers, which I mentioned earlier. Yeah, you also have these little pro tip things here, little snippets on how to game. And gets 86%. Yep. I actually should try and play that game at some point. Do I do? Heavy Nova, which is a fighting game. Looks a bit rubbish actually. 69. They didn't really like that much. GG List. Oh yes, I see. Is it Galvania Gunner List? Yeah, or Game Gear List, as it was released on the Game Gear. So yeah, the LS series is a series of vertically scrolling shoot 'em ups. Power Strike on the Master System is also one such game. Also, Musha on the Mega Drive is also part of that series as well. And that looks like a really good game as well. The Line of Fire, another sort of vertical shooter. Based on an arcade game, which was not a vertical shooter, it was more of a 3D game. Or a 3D gun game. I seem to like that one, though from what I've heard it's actually quite a bad one. And Super Fantasy Zone. Of course, it's a Mega Drive Fantasy Zone game. 20%. Sadly, didn't come out in the States, but we did get it in the West. Or in Europe, which is a nice thing. Toki, the Again, another arcade conversion, although this one is actually very little to do with the original arcade game. It's an alright game, but a bit, yeah, not as great as it could have been, I think. 78% there. Space Harrier, well, I don't think this game needs any introduction. It's on the Game Gear, this one, and 71%. Not very good. Soul Feast on the Mega CD, a horizontal shooter by Wolf Team. Yeah, you like that one. The competition. And a copy of the Terminator movie, obviously the time of the game there. And here's a cover game again, Ernest Evans. It's a platformer, and I have to admit, what the magazine doesn't actually show you, although it is actually mentioned, is that the animation in this game is quite bizarre. The main character moves like a mannequin, quite frankly, and it's really odd. 91%. I actually own the Mega Drive version. I can safely say it's nowhere near that good. It's a bit of a rubbish one there. Heavyweight Champ on the Game Gear. Boxing game. Not a bad one either. Mega CD. CD competition. Yeah. Subscription page. So you could subscribe to future editions. Here we have the tips page. There's action replay codes as well, and all the latest cheats and passwords. Well, we have a guide for Quackshot on the Mega Drive. Of course, a brilliant game, bit of a classic, and that as well. You also have these little snippets of info at the bottom of each page as well. Don't know if you can see that, but that's there. Have the action replay. The pro tips help, where people would send in their queries about specific parts of the game they happen to be stuck on and whatnot. A mini guide there for ease on the Master System. And some passwords for Rolling Thunder 2. That's a great game, that. Bubble Bobble as well. An advert for Console Access. I think that was from the makers of Sega Power, and they had maps and solutions to all the latest games. Sega Pro savers. I had a few games for sale, although they don't seem to be that much cheaper than they were originally. High score. This is a high score page. They send in all their high scores. As you can see, it's some photos as well. Wow. They don't do these in video game magazines anymore. And last, but by no means least, we have the Game Over page, where they each month they showcase the ending sequence to a chosen game. And here we see the ending to Ernest Evans. So that's how that game ends. And that's actually the last page. So yeah, that's it for this particular copy. I hope you enjoyed this look. And that's what an issue of your average issue of Sega Pro looked like. So join me in the next video when we'll be taking a look at an issue of Sega Power. See you then.